You're probably standing in your home grooming space wondering if there's a table out there that won't tip over when a big Labrador leans back, won't rust after a few washes, and won't force you to keep buying replacement parts every few months. It's a real worry because the wrong table can turn a quick trim into a full-blown wrestling match. And that's the last thing you need when you're already juggling clippers, shampoos, and a squirming pet. I get it, you want something that's solid enough to handle the daily grind. Easy enough that you don't spend half the day setting it up, and worth the money you're putting down. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about what makes a grooming table actually useful, not just a piece of metal with a motor. In the real world, you're dealing with dogs of all sizes. Sometimes a nervous terrier that tries to hop off the moment you press a button, or a heavy-set golden retriever that leans back to give you a look that says, "Are you sure about this?" A good table needs a sturdy base, a reliable lift mechanism you can control without looking, a surface that you can wipe down fast, and a few accessories that keep the dog in place without choking him. Those are the things you'll notice the moment you step onto the table, not the spec sheet you read before buying. The Flying Pig heavy-duty super-low electric lift grooming table tries to check all those boxes. The first thing I noticed is the all-steel base. In a shop where I've seen cheaper tables wobble when a dog shifts his weight, a solid steel frame is a game-changer. It feels like it could take a small car through a garage door without wobbling, which translates to less anxiety for both you and the dog. The table supports up to 220 pounds, so you're covered for most breeds, even the larger ones that usually push the limits of standard grooming tables. One of the biggest pain points for many groomers is the lift mechanism. Some tables use a hand crank that requires you to keep one hand on the table while you're trying to hold a nervous pup, which is a safety hazard. This model uses an electric lift with foot-controlled pedals, so you can raise or lower the platform while keeping both hands free. In practice, the lift is smooth and quiet, no loud whine that could spook a dog, and the foot pedals are positioned low enough that you can press them without stepping onto the table. I tried it with a 70-pound border collie that loves to wiggle. The table lowered to a comfortable grooming height in a couple of seconds, and the dog stayed put because the height matched his natural stance. The removable tabletop is another practical win. Grooming messes happen: shampoo, conditioner, hair clippings, the occasional drool. Being able to pull the top off, rinse it, and slide it back on saves you from scrubbing around bolts and seams. The surface is smooth and non-slip, which is exactly what you want when you're trying to keep a squirming animal from sliding off. The table also comes with leg levelers, which is a small detail but huge when your shop floor isn't perfectly even. Adjust those and you eliminate the dreaded wobble that can make a dog nervous and a groomer's job harder. The included stainless steel overhead arm and grooming loops are the kind of accessories that many tables sell as add-ons. Here, they're part of the package. The arm can hold a leash or a towel, keeping it out of the way of your tools, and the loops give you a gentle way to secure a dog's front paws or rear without using straps that can dig into the skin. I used the loops on a nervous 45-pound terrier that tends to jump off the table when he hears the clippers. The loops held his front legs just enough to keep him stable, and he didn't seem uncomfortable. Now, no product is perfect, and this table has a few trade-offs worth mentioning. The electric lift draws power from a standard outlet, which means you need a cord running to the table. That's fine in a dedicated grooming room with an outlet nearby. But if you're a mobile groomer working in a client's garage, you'll have to manage that cord or bring a portable power source. Also, the table's super low profile is great for getting a dog close to the ground, but it does mean you're still bending a bit when you work on larger breeds that are taller at the shoulder. If you're looking for a truly ergonomic height that lets you work completely upright, you might need a taller model or an adjustable platform in addition to this lift. Who should consider this table? If you're a professional groomer or a serious hobbyist who handles dogs up to 220 pounds, need a reliable lift that frees up both hands, and appreciate a sturdy steel frame that can survive daily use, this is a strong candidate.